sneakers, Paris Saint Germain, you're probably thinking of the Jordan line, which has dropped, I think, at least 2 different Paris Saint Germain sneakers. But no, that's not what's happening today. What's happening today is that we're actually going to look at one of the players from the football team, Paris Saint Germain, or Germain, and his name is Kylian Mbappe. And the thing is, my feeling is that most of you don't know who he is. I've got a feeling, now I might be super wrong on this and you can shoot me down in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but I've got a feeling that most people will not know who he is because a lot of the sneaker culture is based in America and not so much based in Europe. Paris Saint Germain are a football team out of Paris, of course, and Kylian Mbappe is one of the main players, if not the main player on that team. And he is the next big thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's not big enough to have made it across, consciously across the Atlantic to America. So if you guys don't know who Kylian Mbappe is, I'm going to be telling you all about the sneaker that Nike have made for him personally. This is a player exclusive for him, but there's talk about whether or not this is going to have a general release, and it'll be interesting to see if they do. So without further ado, let's get into this player exclusive Nike Air Max 98 Kylian Mbappe. This is a Tokyo Bada 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Bada 23 sneaker channel des. 毎日アップするので、毎日見てください. And every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews, and a little bit about the butter movement. Now, if you don't know what the butter movement is, here's a link to the playlist about the butter movement. Rarest sneakers in the world, an apartment dedicated to just sneakers. It's called the Shoe Apartment. One of one sneakers, sample sneakers, prototype sneakers, Yeezys, Jordans, the whole mix of sneakers around there. The collection's been valued at well over $1 million. Excuse me. So it's quite an incredible thing to see. So, in fact, I won't have put the link up when I pointed to it earlier. I'll put it up now. Ding! There's the link to that playlist. And it's an incredible thing to see, an amazing thing what the butter movement has become and what the butter movement is, and it's centered around that man, Shoe Butter. Now, yesterday, Shoe Butter was on the channel himself, as he is every Sunday, bringing us the rarest LeBron sneaker in the world, a one-of-one LeBron sneaker. It's the LeBron 8 graffiti, which has only ever been seen once. And LeBron, it was a player exclusive LeBron sneaker, and Shoe Butter now has it in his collection. That's how amazing his collection is, how just incredible his collection is. So that whole butter movement stuff, I do recommend you guys check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about. But putting that aside, what we're going to be focusing on today is this another player exclusive, but this time it's the Kylian Mbappe Nike Air Max 98. Now, before we do that, a quick shout out about subscribers. We're getting real close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. If we haven't actually already passed it, the goal is to try and get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if I don't ask you to do it, you'll forget to hit the like button. So please do hit the like button down below. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say it in Japanese at the start of every one of my videos. Toroku yoroshiku onegaishimasu. 900人いくつの登録してくれた方なので、1000人以上、ね、週末じゃないな。年末までに1000人以上になりたいので、まだ登録してない方には、ぜひお願いします。登録よろしく。and いいねもクリックすると助かるので、いいねもお願いします。Okay, let's have a look at these sneakers. Let's go with full disclosure. Full disclosure, not a fan. Right off the bat. So all those Kylian Mbappe fans who are watching this and wondering what's going on. Oh, what's going on here? I was young once, as much as it might be difficult to believe. I'm only 43, so it's not exactly as if I'm ragingly old. But I was young once, and when I was young, if somebody insulted something I believed in, of course, no, or something connected to something I believed in, then it wasn't on. You didn't do that. I was a big U2 fan growing up, so if U2, if somebody was like, oh, the artwork on the front cover of that album is awful, okay, you're my enemy. I hate you. I'm not going to speak to you ever again. So I'm sure there are people out there that are saying, oh, Kylian Mbappe is my hero, so anything he does must be great. And here I am saying to you that I don't actually like this sneaker, but I don't, and I'm a straight shooter. And if you don't like me for that, just tell me in the comments down below. I don't mind. I'll probably just have a chat with you about it. But there are reasons why I don't like this sneaker. I mean, there are a couple of things on there I do like. He's a French football player, plays for the French national team and the biggest team in France. So it kind of makes sense that right down there at the bottom of the lacings system, you've got the French flag just sort of discreetly tucked in there. It's pretty much the only pop of colour on these things. I think on the outsole there's also a pop of green in there as well, which is kind of surprising. I'm not sure what the green is meant to represent, because the rest of the sneaker is all browns and sort of blacks and colours like that. They're calling it Gunsmoke. If you're interested, it's Gunsmoke colorway, and then the stitching in gold as well. There are 2 stars on one tongue and the K M on the other, KM for Kylian Mbappe. I'm not sure what the 2 stars are. It might be the number of times that his team have won the French league, but I doubt it's that. It might be, though. I know that he himself has been part of the France team that won the World Cup once, but France themselves have won it twice, the most recent one, and also when they hosted it in 1998. So maybe that's what the 2 stars represent on there. But you've got his moniker on the right shoe tongue, and then you've got those 2 stars on the left, and then it's not too far away to dip into the insole. And one of the things I like about the insole is that mismatched insole in there, which I kind of appreciate. I like it when a sneaker designer and a sneaker company take the time to have differences on each shoe, because it makes me feel like they've made an effort to sort of try their hardest to bring you the best shoe that they possibly can. But then coming down to that sort of classic 98 upper with the sort of horizontal wavy lines that run through it, I'm just not a huge fan. There's too much going on the sneaker. There's too many different fabrics that don't complement each other. They actually contrast each other, and I don't really dig it. It looks kind of rubbery in some places and fabricy in others, and leathery in others, and it's just there's a little bit too much going on there. A classic example of which is the toe box and that sort of random panel of material right in the middle of the toe box. It just isn't my thing. And then the colorway as a whole with that sort of camo effect, but all in browns, and the lines are a bit too straight on it to be camo. Camo's usually sort of leafy and curvy, but this is so for me it just, I don't know, the colors and the colorway. I mean, if Kylian wants to give me these shoes, I'll take them off his hands in a second. I'm not saying that I wouldn't accept a pair of player exclusive shoes, but for me it's just, I don't know, they just missed the boat a little bit on these ones. So and they are apparently a player exclusive. We don't know if they are going to make it to general release at any time, or if it's just, this is it, you get one look at it and then he tucks them away in his closet and we never see them again, or maybe they bring them out and people go hot for them. 98s are hot right now. He himself turns 21 in a few days' time. If you're watching this on the day that I drop it, and the Air Max 98 is 21 years old, so I think there's a tie-up between the two there, if you like, between the 2008, the 2019 back to 21 years ago to the 1998, which is actually ironic, really, in a way, because that was the year that France won their first World Cup, was in the year that Kylian Mbappe was born, and then here we are, 18 years later, they won it last year, and then 19 years later, we've got this shoe, or 21 years later. Yes, 21 years later. So 20 years later, they won it again, and then 21 years later, you've got this shoe. So to celebrate 21 years since they won the World Cup for the first time, to celebrate Kylian Mbappe's 21st birthday, to celebrate 21 years of the Nike Air Max 98, any of these things, they brought out this player exclusive Nike Air Max 98 Kylian Mbappe. Personally, not a big fan, but if you are, let me know in the comments down below. I would really appreciate them. Now, a quick word to the Butter Movement guys out there. I've been saying in my videos recently, please do try and find a playlist off of my channel and go ahead and watch it. Watching playlists is really helpful to to me right now because the subscribers are flying, but the watch time's a little bit behind it. So if you can watch a playlist and watch a few videos on there, you'll get my watch time up. So please, please, please help me out by watching a playlist. And the one that I recommend is that butter movement playlist that has a shoe butter question and answer session in it. It has a walk through his entire collection. It has him looking at his favorite Air Jordan 4s. It has the Air Foamposite Light Kryptonates from the 2009 dunk contest. Last week's Stewie 6s, which is one of the rarest shoes in the world. A few days ago, yesterday's LeBron 8 graffitis. I mean, there's a ton of reasons to watch that playlist. It'll help boost my watch time, but you'll get a lot out of it too. So, butter movement people, if you could do me that favor, I'd appreciate it very much. For now, though, it's time for me to sign off. But as I do this every single day, that means that there's no way you shouldn't subscribe to my channel. Daily content, give that man a subscribe. But what it definitely means, though, is that because I do this every single day, that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.